Hi, welcome to Flex Sheets. This is video 1 of 2 where I'll be covering manual marking. Right now I'm running on an iPad Pro with an external mouse and keyboard. I recommend iPad in portrait mode. Obviously you can use it on Android devices and desktops. You can also use it on phones in a pinch, though I don't necessarily recommend it. But if that's what you got, that's what you got. So all sheets by default will start in manual marking mode. You can also see this by the gear that appears over here or some other icon. Normally you'll use this gear to enable automations, but for right now we'll dismiss it. It's okay if you do it by accident. That option is still available up here in the tab dropdown, along with some other ones. By the way, pretty much everything works by a touch and drop-down menu. Let's come back to that later. All right, so in manual marking mode, everything is manually markable. To mark dots, touch and pull down to mark that much dots. So here I've marked 7 twice, so I have 7 dots and then another 7. To make adjustments, touch and push up to remove that many dots. Notice that there's no damage transfer. I can only mark as many dots that are there. If I want to go from armor to internal or from an internal to an X location, I'll have to do that myself. Heat, just touch to select how much heat you want to set it to. Penalties will be highlighted. Your previous heat will be marked with a little gray box. Wounds are similar, just touch the wound that you need to advance to, or if you need to get rid of wounds, touch the one you'd like to erase. Pilot and gunnery can also be set. Pilot names can be set. This is kind of important because you can change the tab up here by giving it a pilot name. So this is handy if you have, let's say, multiple archers. If you have multiple archers, give them pilot names, and then you can distinguish which archer is which. Other pilot options are available in the pilot dropdown, like unconscious. Okay, we need a wound or ejected. Flags like this can usually be getting dismissed by just touching and dismissing them. Other flags include shutdown and prone. In case you missed it, the prone has a little dice here. With automations on, that dice will change to indicate which direction a unit may have fallen, but for right now it will always be set to 1, meaning forward. For crits, just touch the crit and select crit. To fix, just do the same thing. Ammo has some additional options. You can decrement. If it's not at maximum, you can increment. You can also empty it in case you need to, let's say, dump it. If you're, let's say, running with machine gun ammo and you want to reduce that to 0 and then just put a few rounds in there, you could also do that. Though this is pretty much in full manual mode, there's a couple of tiny automations. Mainly this will update. By that I mean the movement points, inventory, and physical attacks. So obviously I've raised the heat, the movement points have adjusted. If I give myself, say, a hip hit, my kick will be removed. Weapons will be removed from here as they are broken or lost due to location lost. A couple other flags and locations include blown off and flooded. These statuses can be removed like any other. Small caveat, if you flood the torso, the arm will always become flooded. I'm saying 99.99% certain that there's no case where this could not be the case. Similarly, if you try and dry if you try and dry an arm with a flooded torso, it's not possible for that to happen, so it'll just ask you to clean them both up. If you're on a touch device and you ever have trouble touching things, you can use 2 fingers to pinch and zoom, 2 fingers to pan. Note that 1 finger will not pan. I know you can't see this, but I'm trying to pan it with 1 finger.